How you doing, YouTube? Back again with another video. Well, Lord's let me blessed to see another day, y'all. Today was my baby brother's birthday. I believe he turned 36. If he ever gets to see this video, I just wish him a happy birthday and tell him I love him. How's y'all's day been? Mine's been blessed. I want to get up here, y'all, and read a little bit of Genesis to you. And it's telling you how God pretty much create heaven and earth, and how he made Adam and Eve, and how Noah is the descendant of Adam and Eve, and we all humans here on this earth are descendants from Adam's family. I meant Noah's family, which we are descendants from Adam and Eve too. But here's Genesis chapter 1, the beginning. In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness is over the surface of the deep of the Spirit, and God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good. It separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was the evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be the vault between the waters to separate water from water." So God made the vault, and separated the water under the vault from water above it. And it was so. God called the vault sky, and there was evening, and there was morning the second day. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to the place, and let dry ground appear." And it was so. God called dry ground land, and he gathered the waters he called seas. And God saw that was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to various kinds." And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants, and bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seeds in it according to their kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was the evening, and there was morning, the third day. And God said, "Let there be light in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as a sign to mark sacred times in the days and years, and let there be light in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and separate the lights from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day. Alright, I'm going to jump from that chapter here, but it pretty much, in chapter 1, verse 27, this is when he creates Adam and Eve. Verse 27, so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them, male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful, increase in number, fill the earth, subdued, rule over the flesh in the sea, and the birds in the sky, and every living creature that moves on the ground." Then God said, "I give every seed-bearing plant on the face of the earth, the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And the beasts of the earth, all the birds in the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has breath of life in it, I give every plant for food." And it was so. God saw that all he made, and it was very good. And there were evenings, and there was morning the sixth day. Chapter 2. Thus the heaven and earth were completed, in all their vast area. By the seventh day God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day he rested for all of his work. And God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because he rested all the work of created he had done. And here it goes here, chapter 2, verse 4. Adam and Eve. This is the account of the heavens and the earth, and it was created when the Lord God made earth and in the heaven. Now no shrub had yet appeared on the earth, and no plant had yet sprung up from the Lord. God had not sent rain to the earth, and there was no one to work on the ground, but streams came up from the earth and watered the whole surface of the ground. Then the Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground, and breath in his nostrils, the breath of life, and then man became a living being. Now the Lord God had planted a garden to the east in Eden, and he had put the man he had formed. The Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground. Trees were blessed to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. He's pretty much just talking about the Garden of Eden, which he mentions all the rivers and what pretty much was found in the Garden of Eden, and the serpent taught Eve into biting the fruit, so that started sin. So down here at the very bottom is when he formed Eve and made Eve. Verse 21. But for Adam no substitute helper was found, so the good Lord caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. And while he was sleeping, he took out one of man's ribs and then closed it up with the flesh. Then the Lord made a woman for the rib he had taken out of man, and he brought her to the man. The man said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man." Alright, for him to come up with that woman, alright, he made an opening, and he took the bone out, so pretty much that was womb, so he took W-O from that, and it just added M-A-N, woman. Alright, verse 24, this is why man leaves his father and his mother, and unites his wife, and they become flesh. Adam and his wives are both naked, and they felt no shame. They had no shame yet until, they ate the fruit. Alright, it all breaks down pretty much what goes on, about childbearing and what Eve's got to do, and what pretty I mentioned right here. After she bit into the fruit, God pretty much told her, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe with painful labor. You will give birth to children. You will desire will be for you and your husband, and you will rule over you." To Adam he said, "Because you listened to your wife, you ate the fruit from the tree, which I command you, must not eat from it. Cursed is in the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will not eat food from it. All the days of your life it will produce thorns and thistles of you, and you will eat the plants of the field. But the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. From dust you are, and to dust you will return." From Adam to Noah, this here breakdowns the whole lineage of where Noah comes from. This is the written account of Adam's family line. It starts out with of course, Adam 800 years old, and Adam has a son named let me get it, Seth, and Lamech. Right here it says, although Lamech lived a total of 707 years, then he died, and after Noah was 500 years old, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and that's pretty much who everybody descends from overseas, and they're pretty much our ancestors. Noah and the flood, which God pretty much told him how he was going to destroy all humans because the earth being wicked, which it's wickedness in the world. Genesis chapter 6. When human beings began to increase in the number of the earth and the daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that daughters of humans were beautiful, and they were married any of them they choose. But that's close relation. They had to be cousins. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not contend with the humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were here on earth in them days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them, they were the heroes of old, men of renown. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of human race had become here on earth, and every inclination of the thoughts of the human's heart was only evil all the time. The Lord regretted that he had made human beings on earth, and his heart was deeply troubled. So the Lord said, I will wipe from the face of the earth the human race have created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I had made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. So Noah was chosen, you know, the only, well, him and his family, you know, he was chosen the only one to be on the ark. And it's pretty much how it boils down to. And see, I'll jump over here and pretty much tell you, there's the sons of Noah. Here's the sons of Noah in chapter 10. Tells you the table of nations, the Japheths, the Hamites, Semeites. All these here's the family tree of pretty much everybody that come down from Noah. Mainly it's Noah's grandchildren, his sons and his grandchildren. And I'm trying to pretty much remember where it landed on the tallest mountain in Turkey, which Noah's family started Turkey. Oh, here it is. Chapter 8. But God remembered Noah, all the wild animals and the livestock was with him in the ark. Sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. Now the springs of the deep and the floodgates of heaven had been closed. The rain had stopped falling from the sky. The water receded steady from the earth. At the end of the 150 days, the water had gone down. And on the 17 days, the 7th month, the ark came rest on the mountain or Artak. Y'all can look that up. And Artak is in Turkey. That's the first country. And what that family done, Adam's descendants were his children and grandchildren. They just branched out. And everything you see overseas now, Russia, China, Japan, all them there's pretty much the lineage of Noah's family. And how everybody here in America evolved. But, you know, the Chinese, the Japanese, Native American, all of us pretty much come from overseas. If you ain't never looked at your family tree, look at your family tree and see how the lineage of cousin breedings are. You know, I've done a few family trees, and that's what it's boiled down to. But God had a covenant with Noah. He picked Noah and his family. You know, like I just said, I just went over the family tree with Noah. And the love of Jesus. If you're alive, give thanks to Jesus because he gave his life so he could become a man in order to die. On the cross, he accepted the sins of man against himself. Jesus bears our sinfulness in order to bring us back into fellowship with him. In the end, death will come. It's up to us where we spend eternity. Y'all have a great day and God bless.